everyone, Orange here. Welcome back to another guild battle analysis video. This is post-commentary. Don't ask me to do live commentary guild battle videos because I'm already making plenty of mistakes in this video. If I do a live commentary, it would just be horrendous, and I've tried before. Eventually I will be able to bring those videos to you guys, but just be patient with me. And I hope you guys like this style. It's very hardcore, like we're here to fucking learn and fuck people. We're not here to, oh my god, violent procs. As always, I am going to tell you guys everything that I notice when I do these battles in hopes to teach you guys some stuff, and also I always invite you to leave comments if you notice me making any mistakes, because my main goal here is to get good. I think the enemy guild had very similar rune quality to me, and they had decent defenses, so I think we're in for some good matches. Let's go ahead and check them out. For the first match, I decided to Ramagos the first team. It is perfectly Ramagosable. Perfect. For the second team, I recently 6-starred my Tessarian because I was like, oh, I might probably use him sometime soon for Guild Wars, but I didn't really have a good plan for him. I built him kind of fast and with as much HP as possible. I don't know if he has much defense on. I really wanted him just to be a tank, and I wasn't really sure why. I did a little bit of research on Reddit, and I think that's what people were saying. I tried to use him in some battles before, but it didn't really work out, probably because I shouldn't have brought him to those battles, but this is the perfect battle to bring him to. Oh my god. The only change I think I would have made was to bring Chasun instead of Ritesh for the double heal. Maybe it was okay because he can help out with some damage. I don't really know. If I brought Chasun, I could have glanced the Camilla if I get my Oblivion on the Camilla, but my Tessarian is not on violent runes, so I don't know if I'd be able to get the Oblivion on her, seeing as both of the enemies would be on violent too, so I might really have to focus the Oblivion on whichever one I'm focusing. I don't have violent runes to spare for Tessarian because recently I runed up my R5 team and they have a lot of, fast, tanky, HP, defense, violent runes. He's on one revenge set, which is what I wanted to get him on, and I think he's on one energy set and then a broken set. Let's go ahead and check out the fight. Okay. The video playback got messed up. I think it was because of the recording, because I tried recording this video yesterday, but I didn't like the way it turned out, and it stuttered at that same place. I'm just going to take my time here to make sure that my Ramagos goes down at a decent rate and I can get a good clean shot off. My first target priority should be the Wind Panda because most people build those with defense because it scales off defense. I clean shot the Panda first, and I should have tested to see if he was a little bit squishier. What happened was, you'll notice the Wind Panda starts hitting me and he starts doing decent damage to my Ramagos. That itself might be enough to determine that he has quite a bit of defense on him and not much HP. I don't think I'd really want to hit him with my other monsters when he has the revenge buff on. Even my Ramagos I may not want to hit him with because Kumar's hitting me, I'm taking a decent amount of damage. So I was a little bit scared when I clean shotted because I didn't fully know if he was defense or if he had HP. So I get my clean shot off. My Ramagos was still pretty healthy there, and it killed him, and then it just takes me a while to finish out the match because I just want to be super careful. I'm defense buffing myself. I don't want anything weird to happen. So I take my time and then end up finishing the match. I'm gonna skip ahead because you guys can tell I'm gonna win eventually. Just depends when. So let's go ahead and skip ahead. Okay, here is the last target, and I'm about to clean shot her, and then we will move on to the more interesting match with the Jiltan Camilla. I think Jiltan Camilla is a common comp. I recall seeing it a couple times. If you guys know anything about that, let me know. If so, I want to keep my Tessarian the way he is. I was kind of under the impression that maybe I should make him a little bit more attack-based, like kind of a hybrid, so he will do damage. Right here, I'm hitting the Jiltan because I thought he would be the squishier target, but the Camilla was actually a pretty damage-heavy Camilla. My Tessarian has about 30k HP, and his defense is maybe like 700. She was doing a lot of damage to him, so I probably could have switched off. I'm not sure if that would have been the better thing to do. I just keep going on the Joltan and eventually he dies and I survive. It did get kind of close here, which is why I think maybe bringing Chisun would be better. But then again, Ritesh brings the damage, which is helpful to kill these monsters faster. It's kind of a balance you have to figure out what would be better. More healing, then you have to rely on your other two monsters to do the damage, or bring Ritesh. It ended up working out, and then I'm just working on Camilla here, and then finally Chisun, and then we will move on to the second battle. For the second fight, I decided to bring my speed team on the second round. It's pretty standard. I knew my Lagmaron would be able to handle those two water units very well, same with Chisun, and I knew those water units wouldn't really be much of a problem to him or put him in any sort of threatening position. For the first round, I had to do a little bit of thinking because I didn't have an immediate answer. Whenever I see Chloe's or speed boosters, I tend to bring my own because I know they're faster, but I really wanted to use mine versus the second team, so I sat here for a couple minutes and I ended up coming up with a decent team. Chloe's going to get the first turn, I'm fine with giving her that, but what I wanted to do was move directly after Chloe and give myself immunity. I was hoping that my Velajul was faster than the Theo and the Windhell Lady. I know Theos can pack some speed, but I don't think anyone builds Windhell Ladies fast. That's just what I was assuming. I could be wrong. My main worry was that Theo would outspeed my Velajul, defense break something and kill it on the first turn, or violent proc and kill it on the second turn. As long as it's not Ritesh, I was pretty sure that I would still be okay. That team is very damage heavy with a Theomars and a Windhell Lady, and it doesn't have much healing. My plan is to just survive if they happen to move. I'm hoping I can get immunity on, which will definitely help me survive a lot, and then at that point I will overtake them because they just won't have enough healing or damage to kill me. Chloe moves first as expected, but she derps. The important thing to pay attention to here is that my Velajul will move before Theo and the Windhell Lady, which is very important because I can't get defense broken. I didn't exactly know what the Hell Lady did. I kind of briefly read it. I probably should have read it more, but if I do get that immunity, I'm not going to get defense broken, which increases my odds of surviving. So at this point, I kind of overtake the match because they just can't heal enough to survive me. Ritesh is really awesome because he does multiple things. He heals and he's a damage dealer and then he taunts and all that crazy stuff. Most Nat 5s are kind of like that. They fill multiple roles and that's super strong in live PvP. I'm sure you guys have heard people talk about that, but no one's really doing live PvP now, I don't think. So it's nice that I'm able to bring him instead of something like Chisun. That'd be really sketchy, right? Like, where's my damage coming from with a Chisun? But I have a Ritesh, and, you know, it's like, whoa, he's so good, dude. So I kill the Windhell Lady because I noticed she was super squishy. Then I go for Theo, and I win. I probably should have familiarized myself a bit more with the Windhell Lady before I attempted this fight. I kinda did, but I was like, YOLO! I'm sure she's really squishy and doesn't do anything. Okay, second round. I wasn't really sure what the Chimera was doing in the leader slot. I think he might give HP to water units. I decided to Lightning Strike because I thought I'd be able to take care of him. And if I didn't take care of him, I would put the attack debuff on him and maybe even stun him. That's why Lightning Strike is pretty good, because you're not really sacrificing much using it. If I was more scared, I could have squalled him, because he does have the freeze. I think he can only freeze one target though, and then who knows, the water beast monk would probably hug him, and then I could see how it might go the other way if my lightning strike didn't kill him. My lightning strike will crit on him 100% because, well, actually no, not 100%, 96% or something like that. I'm okay with playing with 96%. I even play with 80%, 81%, and a lot of times that doesn't work out for me. Not in Guild Wars, but in general, I noticed that my Lagmaron doesn't crit a lot when he has 81% crit. I knew with great certainty that I would have crit, so I decided to Lightning Strike and see how it did. And then, like I also said, the Lightning Strike provides the attack debuff and possibly a stun, so it's not that bad to use or gamble on. For the last fight, I set up the second round first. I usually like to use my Lagmaron with my speed team because I like to use my Theomars on my first team, just so I know that I have a solid damage dealer on my first team. But Lagmaron doesn't work against Pernas, really. So I decided to put Theo on my team, which means that I really had to think of a good option for the first team. I can kind of see myself learning and getting better at picking teams, and as I set up these teams more and these different combinations that I'm not really used to, I'll start to remember those better, and it'll make it easier for me to remember which teams I have that are good against enemies. My plan for the second fight is to kill the Light Barbaric King first because I've seen people use him and I know that they build him with a lot of damage and he also has a branding effect. He's neutral to my monsters, so he could really attack anything. I wanted to leave Perna for last because Perna should glance my water units, and if there's no defense break on my Bernard, I hope my Bernard can survive at least a turn against the Perna. And then I planned on killing Bernard second and leaving Perna for last. I was pretty confident that my Bernard would probably die, but my water units would be able to clean everything up after I kill the Barbaric King, Bernard, and then it's just Perna versus my two water units. For the first fight, I kind of realized that the same thing would probably happen as it did in the last fight. Chloe would get the first turn, but I should be able to move before the Theomars, depending on how fast he is. I should definitely be able to move before the Beast Monks, because people don't build their Beast Monks with a lot of speed. They eventually do, but you have to have extremely good runes, so I knew my Veligil would move before the Beast Monk, which is pretty important. I knew playing against the Theo was a bit of a gamble, but I was sure that I would be okay. Again, this is where Ratesh really shines. He doubles as a healer and a damage dealer. That's exactly why I brought him here, and I knew the immunity would really help me survive because I won't be getting defense broken, taunted, or defense broken by the Beast Monk and Theo. Let's go ahead and watch the fight. Okay, as expected, Chloe gets the first turn. I'm paying attention to their attack bars, and they have no attack bar, basically. I attacked the Theo there to get my speed buff up. Sometimes that can be bad because Theos sometimes have revenge on. I just wanted the speed buff up because I like to move more, because that's always good. And I may have had to heal second turn. I didn't have to, but one of my matches, maybe it was this fight and I missed it. I forgot, but I like having that up. So my Ratesh's crit rate is still not that great. I think it's like 70%. So I decided to go for the Theo for the bonus hidden 15% to hope to get my speed buff up. And then the immunity, you guys can see how much it's helping me, so I just go for the Theo first, and then whichever monster I so feel like, after I eliminate the main threat on their team. The immunity really neutralizes Ratesh, pretty much. That was really funny when the Theo procced and died. I think there was something sort of in there, like my Ratesh didn't... Something happened there where the Theo didn't get brought down to 0 HP. I didn't quite see it, but... I've been having problems with my Theo not doing enough damage and dying quickly. I don't think I have any problems with my runes, because I'm pretty sure I have him ruined as best as he can be. So I will have to keep that case open to figure out what's going on with him. That's kind of irrelevant though, because I'm not even using him. I noticed that happens sometimes in Arena and sometimes in Guild Wars, but most of the time when I'm not recording, so that is something that I will have to look into. Second round, like I said, I'm assuming I'm going to get first turn. His Bernard had like a full attack bar, so I got worried. And he did move, which was kind of scary, but it was okay because I moved before him. Thankfully, okay, right there I messed up. I should have defense broken the Bernard and gone for him. And the match becomes closer than it needs to be. I should have just, I knew I did want to go for Bernard second and leave Perna last because Perna's going to be facing 2 water units and I should be okay. So this is where it gets a little bit scary, but I do end up killing the Bernard and then finally the Perna. I don't know what happened there, why my Theo did no damage. 8? Okay, never mind. I think on the last hit, even though it's at 18,000, I don't think he really had that much HP left. But that Bernard could not be tanky with that much speed, I don't think. Maybe he could, actually. Okay, that was the last fight. And that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed my tips and all that stuff. Don't forget to leave me any comments if you notice any mistakes. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys later.